All right, from Castro Valley to SFO now. For decades, it's been one of the premier carriers at the airport. We're talking about American Airlines. But the airline has made a surprise announcement. It's closing its flight attendant hub at that airport. NBC Bay Area Sergio Quintana is at SFO with what that means and why American Airlines says it's making that move.
The sight of American Airlines flight attendants rushing to security lines at SFO may soon be a rare one. That's because the Dallas-based carrier says it'll be closing the flight attendant hub here by the end of January 2023. It's a surprise for frequent flyers.
I fly American all the time. This is my second flight in 2 weeks, so yeah. And obviously the hubs are easier because, they have more flights, more options, they're a little bit cheaper.
We've had 2 weddings in the last month. I've taken American both times, all the way to the East Coast, now to Chicago. Are these flights going to still be here when they close the hub?
According to a prepared statement, the airline does not expect to cut back on flights to and from San Francisco, but it says it doesn't expect any growth either. Aviation analyst Mike McCarron says closing the hub could complicate future service through here.
If you have bad weather, you're trying to get crews in here, you're not going to have any local-based crews, or someone gets sick and you have to replace someone on the crew. You have to fly them in from another place, and that could cause a delay.
American Airlines has been scaling back its footprint at SFO for years now. In 2020, it switched to a new but smaller space in Terminal 1. It used to take up most of Terminal 2 at SFO. And about 10 years ago, the airline closed its pilot hub here. American Airlines' decision to close its flight attendant base here at SFO will affect 400 employees. A portion of American Airlines' statement on this reads in part, "This isn't a decision we take lightly, and we're committed to working with the SFO team to ensure a smooth transition to another base if they choose to continue flying." But in a letter sent to flight attendants, the company says relocating to nearby Los Angeles International is not an option. And American is also closing down its Sacramento flight attendant satellite hub, meaning any move requires leaving California. In San Francisco, Sergio Quintana, NBC Bay Area News.